Thank you, Jean. Hello and welcome to our service. We are the Rogue Valley Unitarian Universalist Fellowship, or RUF, in Ashland, Oregon. My name is Merak Milligan, and I'm a part of RUF because of the 7 principles, but today, especially the 3rd principle, which is acceptance of one another and encouragement to spiritual growth. As you all know, we have a sabbatical task force that is covering the Sundays that Reverend Sean would have been in the pulpit, but the worship team is always responsible for one Sunday, and today, one Sunday a month, and today is one of those Sundays. I think when planning our services, the worship team keeps the 3rd principle in the back of our minds, even just unconsciously. So thank you for letting us use these Sundays to teach you about one another and provide you with different ways to think about your spiritual growth. And if you want to be on the worship team, talk to me. We are happy to welcome you to our service, both online and in person. We want to especially thank the members of the stream team who are making the online service happen, and the members of the neighborhood team who welcome the on-site congregation and provide coffee hour. We invite you to sign up for our mailing list on rvuuf.org. You'll receive a weekly email that gives you all the information you need to make your decision about whether you'd like to join us on Sunday morning on site or online. You will also learn about other great things going on at RUF. Our minister, Reverend Sean Parker Dennison, is away on sabbatical and will be back with us regularly in May. We are taking this time to hear from RUF members and others in our community while he rests and writes and renews his ministry. We are glad you are with us for this service, and we invite you to join us in our mission, embracing diversity, empowering connection, and engaging in the work. We begin each service by acknowledging that our building is built on land that began as the home of the Cow Creek Umpqua, Takelma, Shasta, and Lagawa people. We remind ourselves that Indigenous people are part of our communities and continue to experience the effects of colonization. We are committed to fighting for the worth and dignity of Indigenous people, both in our community and around the world. These services are a part of that work. Welcome, and thank you for being with us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I think I'm on.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? My name is Vern Crawford, and I would like to add my welcome to Merak's on this late December day. It's very nice to be here. We light our chalice, symbol of Unitarian Universalism, with words from a chalice lighting for Liminal Times, composed by Unitarian Universalist minister the Reverend Summer L. Beyetti. In betwixt and in between, we move in the liminal spaces that show shades of what can become, what can be. We light this chalice as a symbol of courage to move into that time of this and that, and not this and not that, with patience and faith and love and hope.
Good morning. You noticed that my coat is on. I noticed that your coats are on too. So we're not experiencing deliberate liminal heating, but we are betwixt and between. When we got here, it was 57, and hopefully when we leave, it'll be 70 or a little bit higher. It was just a little programming mistake, perhaps. Anyway, it will get warmer, so we'll live. So the first thing we're going to do today is sing together. Please rise in body or spirit. This is a call and response. Y'all know it. It's, "Oh, we give thanks." So I'm going to sing, and then you're going to sing. So here we go. But I wasn't expecting piano. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for all gathered here, and those far away. this precious day. Now let's go a little faster. Ready? Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for all gathered here and those far away, for this time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day.
Good morning. I'm Suzanne Anderson, and I will do the reading for the anti-racism candle lighting. I just finished reading the most recent Rosa Parks biography, so I'm very inspired. Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King Jr. helped spark and sustain the 1950s, 60s, using nonviolent resistance to expose the moral contradiction of segregation. Their strategies centered on organized boycotts, disciplined protest, and persuasive appeals to transform unjust laws and reshaping public opinion. People believed we were marching steadily out of racism. Civil law rights were on the books, schools were considered integrated, and many possibilities were in the near future. What was lingering in those years was the structures of inequality. Neighborhoods were still divided by redlining, schools unequal in resources, unspoken rules and stereotypes carried on quietly from generation to generation. Progress was evolving, but fragile, uneven, and consistently contested. Anti-racism activists today inherit that legacy, but operate in a different landscape. Today's organizers push institutions towards political reform around policing, housing, education, and healthcare, just to name a few. Some of the systems that young activists connect to are climate change, healthcare, wealth gap, and democracy. They also highlight intersectionality to show how race connects with gender, class, disability, and immigration status. Through the years, the racism of today has evolved from systemic policies, fears, and habits. The inequities built, matured, and compounded, and still shape where people live, how they are policed, and the economic gap widens. But the core line through remains. Courageous individuals building coordinated movements to confront systems of discrimination and the call for society to live up to its highest values. Communities today know that the concept of declaring not racist is not enough, and working towards anti-racism and building belonging requires repair, imagination, and courage. Racism adapts, and so must our commitment to the work, yet unfinished. But history shows us something crucial. When truth is spoken, coalitions form and people refuse to look away. When people commit to being anti-racist, slow and perfect change becomes possible.
It is our practice each time we gather to light a candle for peace. We take this moment to call to mind our commitment to peace of mind, peace in our homes, peace in our communities, and peace in the world. In their ceremonies, the order of bards, ovates, and druids often say the following peace prayer. Deep within the still center of my being, may I find peace. Silently within the quiet of our gathering, may I share peace. Powerfully within the greater circle of humankind, may I radiate peace. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom.
Well, because our children have already gathered elsewhere, and because I don't have a story for you today, allow me instead to give you a short preface for today's sharing. Okay, it's 1848, and in his book, The Maine Woods, Henry David Thoreau exclaimed, "Talk of mysteries. Think of our life in nature, daily to be shown matter, to come in contact with it. Rocks, trees, wind on our cheeks, the solid earth, the actual world, the common sense. Contact, contact. Who are we? Where are we?" Thoreau was in awe of this world, and seemingly he sought to live fully in the present. I trust he would have advised us, too, to live fully in the present, in the here and now. You and I are, of course, right here, right now, in this place. We are indeed in the present, bodily at least, but so much of our time, our thoughts take us elsewhere, to the past or to the future or to somewhere else than here. Now, if you think back many decades, you may remember the spiritual teacher Ram Dass. He urged us to be here now. And he used those 3 words as the title of a bestseller that he wrote in 1971. You may recall that Ram Dass had earlier been a psychedelic drug researcher at Harvard. Well, anyway, that terse book title, Be Here Now, neatly sums up where, in my view, we need to keep our lives anchored right here in the present. Be here now. Okay, well, what if the present makes us feel off balance and uncertain? What if our present feels strangely betwixt and between, kind of in the past but not really in the past, and kind of in the future but not really in the future? That feeling, that experience of being betwixt and between is called liminality, and liminality is my topic for today's sharing. Okay, but before we get to today's sharing, let's sing the children's blessing anyway. Could it be that this blessing is directed to every one of us, not just to the children? Okay. May your minds be open to new learning. May your lips bring truth into the world. May your hearts know love and your hands do the work of justice as we go your way in peace. As we go your way in peace.
Oh, yes, we have a song now. I was thrown off. Sorry. 350. In your gray hymnal, please, It is probably a little bit new. None of us remembered singing it, so that gives you a hint. But once you hear it, it's like, oh yeah, I should know that. So please rise in body or spirit, but because we don't sing it a lot, Jane is going to play it through for us one time. Then we'll sing. The ceaseless flow of endless time, no one can shake or stay. We'll view the past with no regret, nor future with dismay. The present slips into the past, and dream-like melts away. The breaking of tomorrow's dawn begins anew today. The past and future ever meet in an eternal now, to make each day a thing complete shall be our New Year's vow.
It was about the year 500 BCE that the Greek philosopher Heraclitus declared, "The only constant in life is change." And yes, indeed, our lives flow along, sometimes faster, sometimes slower, but always changing. Change is universal, and time is our concept of how change flows and how to measure it. There are at least two views of time. Many peoples whose lives are closely wedded to the land and the sun and the moon and the seasons have traditionally viewed time as circular, which is to say cyclical. They see many events as repeating themselves in a circular way. Time and change are rather like a rotating wheel, a flat wheel, a merry-go-round of sorts. For example, the sun repeatedly rises every 24 hours and birds repeatedly migrate south every autumn, time after time after time. A contrasting view of time is the arrow of time, a linear sequence of events spanning all the way from the creation to some sort of end times. The Abrahamic traditions of Judaism and Christianity and Islam seem to privilege that kind of time, it's historical time, over the circular cyclical time. In linear time, nothing ever truly repeats itself. Rather, each moment is unique. Now, I should point out that we can actually somewhat merge and reconcile those two views of time by allowing the hurtling arrow of time to pull and stretch the circular time into a spiral. So we get spiral time that kind of repeats and keeps moving on and on and on. It's actually helical time for you nitpickers. It's not spiral, but we call it spiral time. Anyway, sorry about that. Take your choice of these two concepts. It doesn't matter. Regardless, the present, the here and now, is always sandwiched between the past and the future. That's where we place it. It's always betwixt and between. The past and the future themselves form a dyad, a contrasting pair. Past, future, past, future. We humans perceive a plethora of dyads, contrasting pairs in our lives, dyads beyond count. Well, there's day and night. There is work and rest, hot and cold, up and down, long and short, inside, outside, me and you, us and them, heaven and hell, conservatives, liberals, rich and poor, happy and sad, etc., etc. Indeed, our bilateral bodies are organized into a right side and a left side. Even our brains are. Sometimes it seems as if everything is either a this or a that, part of a dyad of contrasting things. Some of these dyads are sharply demarcated, having an abrupt, instantaneous transition from this into that. But many other dyads present us with larger or longer transitions between them. Your door sill or threshold of your home, which separates the indoors from the outdoors, is likely a few inches wide. A wedding ceremony, which can last from minutes to hours, transforms us from singleness to our weddedness. You can see I'm talking about spaces both of place and time here, not really making the distinction. But whether they are brief or long, transitions between past and future can sometimes leave us feeling neither fully part of the past nor fully part of the future, so that we feel ourselves in suspense, waiting. Such betwixt and between times are given a specific name: liminal times. The literal meaning of the word liminal is like a threshold, like a door sill, separating indoors from outdoors. Thus, doorways, gates, and hallways are liminal places that connect two areas. And by definition, then, liminal places and times are betwixt and between, not yet clearly either this or that. And note, a cognate word of liminal is the word limbo. Well, what are some examples of liminality? Certainly adolescence is a long liminality, a several years long liminal time. Excuse me. It is our lengthy transition from childhood to adulthood. Another example is twilight, the fading hour from the bright of sunset to the dark of night. Or on a personal note, I remember how strange I felt as a newly graduated high school senior who faced a liminal summer before becoming, what, a college student? I was not sure. Even waiting in one's car at an intersection, waiting for the red light to turn to green, can be a liminal interval. So, liminality has a key element in most cases of waiting for the other shoe to drop. Crossroads tend to be liminal places along one's journey, and similarly, we experience liminality when we enter a border zone between countries or cultures. Sometimes these are even called no man's land. And for sure, rites of passage and rites of initiation are liminal events, and major festivals too. Take the Celtic tradition, the festival in the Celtic tradition of Samhain, which we mentioned back around Halloween. It's betwixt and between summer and winter. It comprises a few days, beginning at dusk on Halloween, days that are sometimes called time out of time. They say spirits from the other world can then enter our world and even trick us if we don't treat them right. I think for many of us, liminal times are marked by ambiguity, disorientation, and even confusion, at least while we're in them. And we may feel off balance. Life may seem empty or even surreal. Of course, liminality can indeed also be times of joy and hope and anticipation of fulfillment. Moreover, liminal times, can't say the word, can be an opportunity for personal stock taking and growth. And we may ponder, just who am I? Where am I going? Who will become my friends or my community? What can I do to assure the good life for both me and my loved ones? We feel ourselves betwixt and between, and this can be exciting and energizing, but also a bit dizzying. Take the liminality of this time of year, for example, when the final days of December of the old year transition into the early days of January of the new year. Long ago, in 45 BCE, 45 years before Jesus, Julius Caesar commanded his Roman subjects to start using the Julian calendar, a calendar named for him, of course. The Julian calendar, a forerunner of our present Gregorian calendar, began its new year with the very same month as we do, January. In fact, January is named for Janus, Roman god of gateways and transitions. In other words, the Roman god of liminality. Janus, which is pronounced in various ways, Janus or Janus, doesn't really matter. It was a god with two faces, one looking into the past and one looking into the future. And of course, we put that on your order of service so you can see an example of Janus there. In fact, the name Janus from the Latin derives from the Latin word Ianus. Ianus means doorway. Well, that's appropriate. So the here and now of this time of year may feel liminal as we, like Janus, gaze both ways, into the past and into the future. We may like what we see, or maybe not. So is there anything we can do about that, about feelings of liminality? Of course, we can take action in the world. There are endless ways that our action can help change the future. As Gandhi advised, be the change you want to see. But even before taking action, we can first begin with ourselves. And I'm referring to doing ritual hand and arm gestures through which we choose to say farewell to at least some of the past and say hello to at least some of the future. And doing these gestures can bring us feelings of control and strength and wholeness. So that's why, to close this sharing, eventually to close it, I invite you to join me in a brief ritual of releasing the past and receiving the future using gestures. So right where you sit, I invite you to join me, but only if it feels right. You don't have to do this. We will do hand and arm gestures that I'll show you. Let's deal with our liminality right here, right now, and you can just stay seated to do this. So, first, let's each of us renew our personal oneness and wholeness. So here's how I picture doing this. Place your right hand upon your left, on top of your left, and with your right hand, caress your left hand. Feel sensations in both upper and lower hands. Now reverse so that your left hand caresses your right hand. Feel sensations again in both hands. might help you if you actually look at what you're doing. Now, reach over and clasp one wrist, and then reach over and clasp the other wrist. Now clasp your hands together in a meeting of left and right. Do a handshake, some sort of handshake. I find these gestures give me a sense of wholeness and oneness, a sense of strength and resolve and agency. Perhaps some of you will also find these gestures similar to praying hands. Okay, now let's look back at 2025. Think of something, be it in the world or in your life or in yourself, something that you now wish to bid farewell to, or that you hope to begin relinquishing in coming days. Visualize it, whatever it is for you personally. Perhaps silently speak its name. And now, with both hands perhaps partly touching, simply push that something away. Push it into the past. This way for me. Use both hands, your muscles, and your intention to release that something. You can repeat as often as needed. Saying goodbye to whatever that is. Just help it to leave. Sending it out across the doorsill of your life, out and away. Was that successful? I hope so. So now I invite you to imagine something that you want to welcome from the future, from 2026. Something that might come into your life and make it better. Perhaps something better not only for you, but for others too. Peace, improved health, joy, warm sunshine, greater justice, more love in the world. Visualize that. Okay, reach out now with both hands to welcome that and pull that vision toward you. And repeat. And repeat. Simply draw the future toward you and into the present. You can even say welcome. I welcome it. I sometimes compare this gesture to pulling down delicious fruit off of a tree. I also sometimes gesture this way to welcome the sun each morning, receiving the new day. Okay, now that we have addressed both past and future, clasp your hands together one more time to strengthen your personal oneness and wholeness. Feel in yourself a reinforced here and now. Great job. Know that you can do this ritual every day of the year, by yourself or with others, and I thank you for doing gestures with me. But, as I said, feelings of liminality can also spur us to action, such as giving an offering to the minister's discretionary fund. We take a lot of offerings at Roof. We have our first Sunday food bank offering, our third Sunday offering for social justice and action, our regular offerings that support this congregation and our mission, and on fifth Sundays, which are our usual time to take an offering for the minister's discretionary fund, that allows us to give money to people who are in crisis situations. This fund has paid rent, deposits, utility bills, car repairs, education expenses, and medical expenses for those who would not be able to have what they need any other way. We work with local organizations who make sure the need is real and then let us know what is needed. But I come to you on this fourth Sunday to let you know that the need is great for the minister's discretionary fund. Giving today is the most direct way this congregation has of making a real difference in the lives of those who are struggling to survive in the Rogue Valley. Your generosity can literally save lives, keep families safe, and keep people going. This is one of the ways we engage in the work of making the world a better place. Please give as generously as you're able. This is love in action. If you're here in the Great Hall, you can put your gift in the offering basket or scan the QR code on the back of your order of service to give electronically. If you're joining us online, you will soon see directions for giving on the screen. If you need support, please contact the caring team using the form on rvuuf.org. We will do our best to help. We will now give and receive our morning offering. Gifts and all the gifts that you give to us and to the world. Thank you.
Our closing song today is one you all know, and I think it's an excellent way to say goodbye to this year. On a personal note, thank you all for everyone being here, for your love and support and community this last year, and I hope to see you all again next year. So please rise in body or spirit, Old Lang Syne.
For old lang syne
We close our service with words that I first wrote in 2013. I wish for you in the coming year these 22 blessings. May the stars inspire you. May the moon thrill you. May your legs beg to amble. May your arms long for work. May your eyes find loveliness in common things. May the sea and surf impress you. May birdsong lift your heart. May bright blossoms cheer and delight you. May scent of lavender, mint, and rose surround you. May the soft fog envelop you, and may warm rains refresh you. May sudden thunder awe you. May the green forest comfort and console you. May you respect animals and all life. May your home be to you comely. May the laughter of children lift you. May good friends enrich your days. May you gain insight and clarity. May you find meaning and duty. May you forgive all grievances. And may you receive and give affection. May these and many other blessings nourish your life.